The safety and well-being of children and young people is the responsibility of our entire community. When South Australian children and young people are at risk and can no longer live safely at home, the Department for Child Protection looks after them, finds them new homes and supports them in care. We work together to make sure all children and young people in care grow up safe, happy, healthy and nurtured to reach their full potential.
On the front line, our dedicated service delivery staff work to identify abuse and neglect, respond to emergencies, and ensure children and young people across the state are safe from harm.
The assessments we make here impact on children, short-term and long-term. I think every single person here cares so much about children and young people and keeping them safe. When I first started as a social worker, I just wanted to make a difference to at least one child or young person. And I feel like, working for DCP has helped me do that.
When they can't live safely at home, we support each child and young person in care and partner with our incredible network of foster and kinship carers to look after children in their homes.
For me, it's about the passion to make a difference. Our focus has been as a leadership team, and my focus is around supporting and nurturing staff to understand and remember the why.
Families have already been through the really difficult steps of learning that child protection is involved in their lives. The ultimate goal is to have families reunited and children back in their care, but in a stronger capacity. So being able to do that and step through it is some of the most rewarding work that we get to do.
For those who need extra support, we provide therapeutic care through our care homes.
I work up in Whyalla and supervise the houses there in Port Augusta and Port Pirie. I suppose my team makes most impact on our young people. They make a really direct difference in their day-to-day work with the kids. They're there to meet all their needs, to care for them, to be there for them when there's no one else there. I've always been passionate about working with young people and seeing them grow and develop and letting them reach their potential, and keeping them safe is really important to me, and I know to our whole team up there.
We ensure our First Nations children and young people in care grow up with a strong sense of identity by maintaining or establishing a connection to community, culture and country.
Part of my role is to look after the Aboriginal life story books. So when they come in, we sit down with them and we the carers and the social workers and go through it, find stories that connect them, find language that connects them. Every child needs to have their identity, the connection to country.
For young people entering adulthood, we support them to leave care, ready to achieve their goals.
When we think about children and young people out in the community, not many of them are ready to move out at 18. So our program really is bridging that gap to make sure that young people have those extra few years and make sure that they're well supported. So when they are ready to move out, whether that's at 18 or 20, 21, whatever that might be, and they've got all the skills and resources that they need.
We are supported by an amazing team of volunteers who generously give their time to help children and young people in care.
I became a volunteer and thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've now just done my 5th year. Being just a familiar face to the children, they recognise me and say hello in the street, happy to see me.
Behind the scenes, we have critical services which work to support frontline staff by bringing to life new practice approaches that are evidence-based and trauma-informed.
We provide support to those children to understand their experiences, what they've been through and how that's shaped them. I think by helping the people around the child and help the child ultimately recover and heal from what they've experienced.
Our specialist disability experts help carers and staff to support children and young people in care with disability and developmental delay.
We know that many children who come into care present with developmental delay, disability, mental health issues. In essence, what we're doing here is supporting the carers to care for the children in their care. And children and families are absolutely inseparable as a passion, yeah.
We are leaders on the local and national stage, pursuing partnerships that deliver outcomes for children, young people and families.
I make a difference by helping to build partnerships with organisations who are keen to invest in the futures of children and young people in care by offering them priority access to their services and programs. So one great example of this has been the growing number of scholarships that have been offered by non-government schools.
By partnering with our colleagues across Australia to improve the ways our state and Commonwealth systems work together. So redesigning our service systems to meet the really practical needs of children and young people in care, our carers and our frontline workers is our absolute priority. We value our people by supporting their well-being and providing them with the right training, knowledge and tools to do their job.
Within my role as the Aboriginal Facilitator of Learning, I'm able to educate staff within DCP to have the knowledge and skills to engage effectively with Aboriginal families, children and communities. Well, I think because we are understanding that Aboriginal families are impacted with intergenerational trauma and that this impacts the way that we can effectively engage with them in order to reach positive outcomes for our children.
We find technical solutions to improve how we work with families, children and young people across the state.
Really, I guess that's about trying to bridge the gap between our direct service staff or field staff and tech. And also, I guess, knowing that we are coming from that right place. It sounds a bit corny, sounds a bit cheesy, but quite genuinely, what's the direct impact on the end user, and therefore, being acutely aware that impact on end user equates to impact on children, young people and families.
We are experts supporting non-government procurement and contracting and overseeing our essential infrastructure, ensuring our sites across the state are safe and fit for purpose.
One of the things we're really trying to do, especially with the My Places program and the new sanctuary model that is actually being rolled out across the organisation, is bring a lot of our houses, homes and facilities up to a modern, more home-like era. As part of the programs that the residential care is doing, there's a big input from children as they move into their new environments.
We have a dedicated focus on ensuring that the legal rights of all people who come into contact with our department are upheld to the highest standard.
What I love about my job is being able to give people information that perhaps pieces together their history that they don't have information around. And yeah, it's rewarding being someone who can help people who have had a unfortunate upbringing sometimes and being able to give them that support.
Every single person in the Department for Child Protection works hard to make a difference for South Australia's children, young people and families.